Hey guys, welcome to the Mr. Rossi Drawing Studio. And I got another one for you this time, guys. This time, we're going to be drawing, all right, because it was the movie that came out not too long ago. If you're watching this video now, it came out just a few days ago. And my mind was blown with how great. It's been a while since I've seen an awesome Spider-Man movie. And so I said to myself, how can I share this awesomeness that I'm feeling for this character and bring this drawing to you? Let's celebrate an awesome Spider-Man adventure, Mr. Rossi style, okay? But before we do that awesome adventure, can we get that guy swinging into action? But you're going to get him swinging into action. Something like this right here. Ah, looks pretty good, right? I know. You guys are excited. You can't wait. I can't wait. But before we do that, you know what I always tell you guys, right? You got to tell your mom. You got to tell your dad. You got to tell the neighbor. You got to tell the perro, the gato, the conejo, abuelo from across the street to that new friend you met at Walmart about the Mr. Rossi Drawing Channel. Guys, let's get ready to swing into some fun. Mr. Rossi style. See you there. So guys, I just wanted to share with you real quick. This is what I always have considered to be the holy trilogy in superheroes, okay? Action Comics number 1, 1938, debuted the first of them all, superheroes, Superman, right? Smashing a car against a rock, driving people crazy. So, trilogy meaning 3, right? So the first I always consider to be Superman, of course. Second would be Batman. Detective Comics number 27, 1939. First appearance of Batman. Again, so Superman will be my number 1. Batman is the number 2 in the Holy Trilogy. And number 3 belongs to Spiderman, Spiderman. This to me is the Holy Trilogy of superheroes. Wonder Woman is number 4. Yeah, she's the first, full-fledged female superhero. I'm sure that there's somebody who can say, well, this other person, this other pulp magazine character, whatever. That's great. In my mind, to me, only for Mr. Rossi, number 1 goes to Superman. Number 2 slot goes to Batman. Number 3 slot goes to Spider-Man. You had the first colorful superhero with superpowers, the complete opposite of that, and he was in crime. And number 3 was the first ever fully covered superhero, okay, Spider-Man. And what I loved always about Spider-Man was the fact that he was always covered from head to toe, and he swung from building to building, and he could walk on walls and stuff like this. Is his first appearance. It's a reprint, of course, like the other two. Amazing Fantasy 15. This right here was the first action figure that to my mind, there was the Meagle, which was like a doll, but this was the first action figure to come out of Spider-Man. And this is not the same one I had as a kid, but this was the one that I had, and I love this figure so much. Because, you can make him look like he's swinging or throwing a punch. But this was it. This was what we had back then. Now, you could buy a Spider-Man figure twice the size, bend every single possible joint that you could think of. But back when we were kids, man, you'd be excited just to have this awesome figure, have the origin story of Peter Parker told to you in these reprints. So, yeah, I thought I'd share that with you, and let's draw Spider-Man together, Mr. Rossi style. Let's get to it. Here we go, guys. Now that it's the Spider-Man weekend, we're going to draw a quick, fast, and easy Super Spider-Man Mr. Rossi style. So get your pencil ready, get that sheet of paper going, and let us begin. So we're going to start with his Coco. And his Coco, I like to start with a little happy face, as you know, for the Coco. Let's start with a little happy face. And you don't like to close that top with a little sad face. Now, from the side of his Coco, I'm going to draw his arm, and I'm going to draw a little happy face that goes right about there. So I'm going to draw a little happy face right about there. And now I'm just going to draw a little number 1 coming up this way. Little number 1 coming up that way. And I'm going to put another number 1 right here like that. So I went little Coco, little happy face, number 1. This almost looks like the letter T right there. So now I'm going to put my pencil right here in the little corner where the happy face touches the bottom of the letter T right there. And I'm going to draw a sad face, and I'm going to go all the way around and then touch that letter T. So again, I'm going to pencil right in this little corner here and draw a sad face that goes all the way around and touches that letter T. Now, what I've done is I got the thumb almost done and the pointer finger almost done. So I'm just going to wrap up this thumb with a sad face right there. And I'm going to wrap up this pointer finger with another little fraction of a sad face right there. And I'm going to put a sad face inside right here with a number 1. And then I'm going to put that little pinky, another little sad face right here. Now that little sad face has to be smaller than that pointer finger. So it looks like he's going like that. Okay? Now, I take my pencil and I put it here on the side of the Coco, and I'm going to draw a happy face that goes all the way down. It doesn't matter that it goes through these 2 fingers right here. This doesn't matter. Okay, we're going to use that later. So I'm going to draw a happy face that goes all the way down and stop. Happy face that goes all the way down, cut right through those fingers and stop. And now from this side of the arm, I'm going to draw another little number 1 and stop where this one stops. And right here, I'm just going to put like a little, kind of like a letter J backwards. And I'm going to close it right here with a happy face. Okay, now I'm going to come over here, this side, and I'm going to draw like a number 6 almost, and a backwards number 6. So like I said, a number 6. Almost, I don't close it. And I do the same thing backwards right here. It's almost like the number 6, almost like the number 6 backwards, but you know, a number 6, you would close it. Just don't close it. Now I'll put my pencil here and here and draw like a slight little happy face. And I'll close it here. It looks like the letter V. Same thing here. You can see that with my free hand, I always hold my paper down so it doesn't bounce up like it did a second ago. And then before I add any details, right here, I'm going to close this with a little happy face. Okay? Now right here, I'll put a happy face again and a happy face again right here. And now I'm going to add just a little bit of detail. So right here where I drew this little happy face, I'm going to continue that happy face to that arm. And right here, I'm going to put happy face again and a number 1 right there. And now I'm going to draw the spider right here in this chest. And I'm going to draw almost like the number 8. See how it almost looks like the number 8. And I'll put the letter L 2 times, letter L backwards, and then a little bit of the number 7 here and number 7 backwards, just a little bit. His eyes go diagonal number 1. I like to do it a couple times. Diagonal number 1, almost like the letter V, almost. And then from the outside, way up here at the top, I'll start my happy face. I'll start my happy face. I always do that all the way out here from the top. And now you have your Spider-Man, okay? Now what I like to do, the little end piece, like he's holding onto that web. And this, like, see where I'm putting my fingers right here between this sad face and this happy face? And I'll just draw a number 1 that goes straight off the page. Like that. Maybe I'll do it 2 times so I can see it later. And here I'll just put like a little happy face again. And then here I'll just draw number 1 coming out that way. A little bit of background, a little bit of building. Spider-Man's all about swinging around buildings, right? So what I'll do is, like you see how you have that number 1 going diagonal right there? Put the same thing right here from this corner. And then what I'll do is I'll take this and I'll draw like a little arrow. And then I'll close it. I got a building. Watch me do it again. I'll turn my page and I'll do the exact same thing. Little arrow. Be mindful not to touch that hand and close it. Turn your page again. Little arrow and close it. And all I'm doing is drawing, I'm turning my page and I'm drawing little arrows, okay? Pointing at Spidey. Little arrow, and it's just pointing at Spidey. That's it. And I'll close it on the two sides. So it's little arrow, 1, 2, 3, and then close it, 4, 5. Little arrow again, pointing at Spidey. Close it. Little arrow again, pointing at Spidey. And close it. And one more time. You got buildings pointing right at him. And if you want those buildings to look a little bit better, just put little parallel lines on one side. Okay, pick the side that you want to put the parallel lines to. Okay? And add them just like this is the number 11. That's it. Nothing fancy. But if you stay consistent and you create that pattern, the people that are not learning this stuff will think that you're creating magic. You're not. Okay? You're just using your cocoa. Okay? Now, if you like this, watch me trace it up. Now, webbing, right? The webbing that goes in his outfit. If you want to learn how to draw the webbing, you don't have to. Guys, you could trace this up, color this red, color these parts blue. You got Spidey, okay? But if you want to learn how to draw the webbing for his costume, it's super duper easy. You just have to draw where things are going, like the number ones, right? But the actual connecting pieces are these sad faces that have to touch these number ones. So, for example, let's show you what I mean here. Drawing the number ones. Now, I'll always start with the mask first. And I'll draw a number 1 going to the middle. Number 1 going to the middle. Number 1 going to the middle. So you see I did 1, 2, 3 number 1s. And then I'll do the opposite for the other side of his face. Okay? Now, for the arms, it's super easy. I'm just following the lines that are already there with a number 1. See, that I just followed this one called parallel line. And I'll add a number 1 right there. That's it. I'll add another one right here. Another one going to my spider. And another one for this arm right there. For the legs, it's even easier. I just put number 11 and the number 11. Now comes the connecting tissue. Let's start with these, which were the last ones we did. Sad faces. Take your time and make them touch the number 1s. And you will have the boots completely done. That rhymed. The arms, just little sad faces, just like the boots that we did. Okay? See how we did that arm that went right through those fingers? Add more number 1s. You have his glove done. A sad face from the spider one, this way. And just wherever you can, just connect those sad faces. Boom. Boom. And here I'll turn them into happy faces. If you need to go back and see how I do this in slow motion, you can always do that. Now I'll start the sad faces from the side of the face. Sad faces. And then it touches the eye part. Sad faces. And now happy faces. And there you have Spider-Man. Now, what I like to do is I'll show you real quick without doing the quick time. I like to make the lenses a little bit thicker. Now that I have them in place, if I just trace them a couple times, I can make them as thick or as thin as I want, like you see in the movies. Or those of you that see the comics, read the comics, hopefully. Hopefully you do, like Mr. Rossi does. Okay, and there you have it. Okay, I'm going to quick time video this, and I hope you stick around. Watch me quick time it, color it up, and let me tell you now what colors you're going to need. So for my Spider-Man, I used a red. This is my favorite, which is a very light blue, but I believe it's turquoise, a blue-green. That's that burgundy. The same blue for the windows, and some gray for the sides of the building. You know that by now I use, I hold it like this to get that gray in there. and the burgundy. I'll hold it from the side. And you see that I just go like that. That's it. Fast, easy, makes it look pretty cool. Stick around, I'm gonna quick time this, guys. There he is, guys. A fully drawn, fully colored, fully traced, beautifully put together, Mr. Rossi style Spider-Man. All right, and the beauty of this drawing is you could turn it upside down if you want, and it still looks pretty gangster. All right, that's the beauty of this drawing. You have Spider-Man coming at you from all sides. Guys, as always, if you like this video, you like being here with Mr. Rossi, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, tell everybody about this awesome channel where we're doing stuff like this right here. Until the next time, guys, you know what to do. I will see you in the next video. Be excellent to yourselves and to each other.